Chris, why did you suddenly say something like that? Do you really want to get a divorce as badly as you made it seem?
Suddenly? You think it's sudden? That's just your perspective. You really don't realize it, do you? You're the kind of person who has no clue when they're being abusive. And that is why I finally found courage to leave you.
Abusive? Me? What are you even talking about?
Don't play dumb. No, honestly, you probably don't even realize you've been abusive. But I've been suffering under your behavior for so long.
Wait a second. I admit there were times I was harsh on you. But it went both ways, and I don't think I ever did anything so bad that you could call it abusive.
That's exactly it. That's your version of the story. Even when I told you I was exhausted and barely holding on, you still demand I do chores. You didn't even wash my clothes in the laundry. You kept yelling at me to earn more money. And then you stopped cooking meals for me altogether. With treatment like that, how could I not start thinking about divorce?
What are you even saying? Hold on a minute. Yes, I guess that's how it ended up, but before it got to that point, I told you plenty of times, didn't I? I told you there was an order to the laundry and to stop randomly using the machine. But you ignored me and used it anyway, so I had to stay up late to wash the things that really needed to get done. That's why I stopped doing your laundry and told you to handle it yourself.
It's just laundry. Let me use the machine whenever I want. The fact that you try to micromanage something as basic as this is awful.
It's not micromanaging. It's about scheduling. Housework isn't something you can magically shorten. It's a huge workload every single day. While one load of laundry is running, I'm doing other tasks. Then, when it's done, I hang it up. How can you not understand this after living with me for 30 years?
Shut up. That's just because you're slow and inefficient in everything.
Slow and inefficient? How dare you say that? You don't even help with the housework, and yet I've been doing all this while holding down a job. And as for the money, I only told you to stop wasting it. If you're going to spend that much, at least earn enough to cover it first.
Stop acting like you're some kind of victim here. I'm the one who's been suffering. Rhonda, please, just let me go already. Divorce me. Living with you makes my life unbearable. I'm at my limit. If this continues, I'll end up with nothing as more than your puppet, losing all sense of myself. Let me live freely.
How selfish can you be? This isn't about control. I was trying to work with you as a partner. We've been together for 20 years. Does that mean nothing to you?
It means nothing. Actually, I hate you.
What?
I've always hated you. If I'd known what living with you would be like, I should have divorced you ages ago. I should have claimed my freedom years earlier. That way I wouldn't have wasted 30 years of my life with you.
Wasted? I see. So to you, the time we spent together was nothing but a waste. If that's how you feel, fine, but don't regret this decision.
There's no way I regret it.
Fine, in that case, let's get divorced.
What? What the hell was that earlier? Why were you getting picked up in a limousine?
That was, well, just something that belongs to the person who came to pick me up.
What? Are you kidding me? Their own.
Yes, it's true. It belongs to someone who has been helping me for a long time. They're actually quite wealthy and apparently own things like limousines and luxury cars.
That makes absolutely no sense. Rich people don't just go around helping ordinary nobodies like you. What are you even talking about? Seriously, is your head okay? This sounds so ridiculous I don't even know where to begin. Honestly, I panicked when I saw the limo pulling up outside. I thought for a second it might actually be something impressive. But no, of course. It's just one less petty jab at me, huh? One final stunt to try to get under my skin. You really couldn't resist, could you?
That's a pretty harsh way to put it. Do you really mean it? That there's absolutely no love or care left for me? After all, we've been living together for 30 years. Are you saying there's not even a shred of anything positive left between us?
Nope, not a single shred. Looking back on it now, those 30 years were nothing but pure hell for me. Honestly, when I think about it, it's just bad memory after bad memory. Kind of stuff I don't want to revisit again. So yeah, get out of my life already. The sooner the better. Rhonda! Wow, I have to say you really came through for me this time. Seriously, I'm impressed. You actually managed to do something useful for once. Honestly, if you've been helping all along, maybe you wouldn't even be in this situation. Who knows? Maybe you wouldn't have needed to get a divorce in the first place.
What? What are you even talking about?
The housekeeper, duh. She showed up today out of nowhere, and I have to admit, I was shocked. At first, I wasn't sure what to make of it. But wow, she's a real pro. She's unbelievably efficient. Doesn't complain and gets everything done without me even needing to ask twice. It's been amazing, honestly. I don't know how I ever managed without her.
A housekeeper? I didn't send anyone to your house.
What? But she said she was here on your behalf. Well, whatever. Doesn't really matter to me. She told me everything was already paid for, so I'm not complaining. I'll just take it as your way of trying to make amends, huh? A little parting gift to smooth things over. Not bad. Good effort.
Wait a second. Doesn't that seem a little suspicious to you? And you're just going along with it without questioning anything? So, I just got a text from him about something. This wasn't you, was it? Oh, it absolutely was me. I knew it. What are you even thinking? What are you trying to pull here? What do you mean, what am I thinking? I simply thought it would be a good opportunity for him to realize just how much you've done for him over the years. Don't worry, I'm not doing anything illegal. It's all legitimate. I'm providing proper housekeeping services and everything is above board. There's no need for you to stress about it, okay? Stress? You've got to be kidding me, Lacey. How am I supposed to not stress about something like this? You do realize how terrifying you can be when you're upset, right? Oh my, I have no idea what you could possibly mean by that.
Hey, can you get in touch with that Lacey woman? She just vanished all of a sudden.
Oh, so now it's convenient to contact me? You unilaterally divorced me, yet you only reach out when you need something. How ridiculous. I don't believe I owe you any kind of response.
Shut up! You're the one who sent her, so you're the only one I can ask. I've been trying to contact her, but she's ignoring me.
For the last time, I told you I didn't send her. Why don't you get that? Anyway, what do you need from Lacey, and what exactly do you mean by disappeared?
She just stopped coming out of nowhere. Until yesterday, she was handling all the housework and everything else for me.
Well, I guess it's time for you to start taking care of things yourself then.
Don't be ridiculous. My relatives are coming over in 5 days.
Yes, the famously perfectionist parents of yours. I can see why that might be a problem.
Exactly. Can you imagine what they'll say if the house was in shambles? This is all your fault. That helper you sent did a half-baked job, and now I'm left in the lurch. You should come over here and take care of the cleaning yourself.
Excuse me? What are you even talking about? Have you lost your mind? Why would I come over to help you? And need I remind you that, according to you, I'm the woman who supposedly tormented you for 30 years with emotional abuse? Why are you even thinking about asking for my help? Isn't that completely contradictory? Normally, you wouldn't even want to speak to someone like me, let alone rely on them.
That's, not the point.
Let me guess, you told your parents that everything is perfectly fine at home even after the divorce, didn't you? Just like always, you've been putting on a facade to maintain appearances. Back when we were married, you loved playing the role of the perfect husband who could manage everything, including housework. Meanwhile, I was the one doing all the actual work.
Hey, I helped out with housework sometimes.
Oh, is that so? Then you should have no problem handling things on your own now. Don't drag me into this, although, to be honest, I doubt you'll manage. A man who couldn't even put a single sock in the laundry basket when asked repeatedly isn't exactly cut out for household chores.
Damn it, you're absolutely useless.
Coming from you, the most incompetent person I've ever known, that's a laughable thing to say.
Hey, this is getting ridiculous. You're neglecting your duties.
Well, well, Chris, calling it neglect of duty, are we? That's quite the accusation.
Finally, you decide to reply. Took you long enough. Now get back here and finish the housework already.
Why should I? My assigned responsibilities are already completed.
What the hell are you talking about?
My role was to organize Rhonda's belongings and take them out of the house. That's all. The housework I did was incidental, as keeping things tidy was necessary to complete my primary task.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you weren't even hired as a helper?
I never said I was. If you recall, I clearly explained at the beginning that I was there at Rhonda's request to sort and pack her things. I never once claimed to be a housekeeper, nor did I enter into any kind of labor contract with you. So I don't believe I owe you any explanations or assistance.
Gotta be kidding me. You have any idea how much trouble you caused me?
I believe your relatives are coming to visit soon, correct? Why not simply show them the house as it is? During my time there, I observed that you are entirely incapable of managing even basic household tasks. Why not let them see the truth?
I could handle it if someone just taught me how to do it.
Oh, is that so?
Very well, let me give you a brief lesson in household management. Let's start with laundry. Contrary to popular belief, it's not as simple as tossing everything into the washing machine and pressing a button.
What? Isn't that the whole point of having a washing machine?
Not quite. While the washing machine does handle the washing and drying processes, there's much more to it. Clothes need to be sorted by color, fabric, and type of care required. Different detergents and fabric softeners are used for different materials. Ignoring these details can ruin your clothes.
Can't I just wash everything together?
Oh no, if you do that, you risk colors bleeding, fabrics shrinking, or clothes becoming wrinkled beyond repair. And using the wrong detergent can damage the garments as well. You also need to plan the order in which you wash items, especially if you have limited time or space. Skipping these steps can cause major problems later.
This is way too complicated.
And that's just the laundry. We haven't even touched on cleaning, cooking, and the many other aspects of household management. There's a lot more to it than you realize.
If it's so much work, can't you just help me out a little? It's impossible for me to do everything all at once.
It's funny to hear that coming from someone who never even lifted a finger to help before.
What's that supposed to mean?
When Rhonda asked you to help with small tasks like putting your dirty socks in the laundry basket, it was a reasonable and simple request. Yet you refused and dismissed her entirely. You even called her nagging a form of emotional abuse. And now you expect me to step in and help you with housework? Isn't that the same thing you criticized Rhonda for?
No! Housework is supposed to be a woman's responsibility. I'm just not good at this sort of thing.
You were the one who said you could handle it if someone explained it to you, weren't you? Well, I've explained the basics. The rest is up to you. Good luck.
Wait a second. You can't just leave it like this. I still don't understand everything.
Let me clarify one more thing. Household management is about consistency and planning. It's not about doing everything perfectly right away. Start small.
Start small? Like what?
Begin with one room. Clear the clutter. Make a checklist if you have to. Dust the surfaces, vacuum or sweep the floors. Don't overthink it.
What about the kitchen? It's a mess.
The kitchen is critical. Start by washing all the dishes. If you've been leaving them in the sink, soak the tough stains. Then wipe down the counters and stove. A clean kitchen is essential if you plan to cook.
Cook? I've been ordering takeout.
How's that working out for you?
Expensive and the portions are tiny.
Then learn to cook. Start simple. Scrambled eggs, sandwiches, maybe some pasta. You don't need to be a chef overnight.
This all sounds exhausting.
It is, but it's necessary. Welcome to the real world. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got things to do. Good luck, Chris.
Wait! Don't go just yet. I really need help. Can't you just come back? Please? Damn it! Because of you, I ended up in a huge embarrassment. What are you going to do about this? This is all your fault. I can't believe you're sitting there while I'm suffering because of your actions. I can't even show my face to anyone anymore because of you. How are you going to fix this? How can you even look me in the eye after what you've done to me?
Embarrassment? What exactly are you talking about? What happened? Did someone say something to you?
My parents, for one, said they knew this would happen with you. They were all saying that we could see this coming from a mile away, and they didn't hold back when they were running their mouths. They said whatever they wanted, and none of it was good. They went on and on about how they always thought that this would happen. And then my brother and sister, can you believe this? They brought their kids over, and the first thing that they said was how dirty and messy the house was. My kids were so embarrassed. Even my nieces and nephews started making fun of me, saying they needed to clean up and organize the room. It was humiliating. You know what? It's all your fault. You never bothered to teach me anything about housework before you decided to leave. You'd just taken the time to show me, none of this would have happened.
Hold on a minute. I did teach you how to do housework. You forgotten all the lessons I gave you?
What do you mean? What are you talking about?
I taught you everything you needed to know. I showed you how to use the washing machine, how to clean the house properly, everything. But you didn't listen. You were too busy thinking that you could figure it all out on your own without asking me. You thought it would be easy, that you could just do it if you tried hard enough. But you didn't, did you? You didn't take it seriously, and now you're paying the price for it. This mess is entirely your fault.
You're absolutely kidding me. You're saying it's all my fault when you didn't even teach me the right way? You really think that? You seriously expect me to believe that this is all on me? If you'd just taken the time to explain everything properly, I wouldn't be in this situation.
I'm not kidding you. It's the truth. I did teach you, but you were too stubborn to listen. You thought you could do everything on your own, and look at where that got you. Don't you dare blame me for your laziness. The fact that you never learned anything isn't my fault, it's yours. And don't even start talking about me being the problem. You're the one who wanted a divorce, not me. You're the one who decided to break this family apart. So don't come crying to me now, pretending like I'm the villain. You have no right to do that.
Shut up! You're always talking like you know everything. I hate people who act so high and mighty, like they're always right. You've been nagging me nonstop ever since we got married. It wasn't like this before. When we were dating, you were calm and collected. Once we got married, you started showing your true colors. Started acting like I couldn't do anything without your constant supervision. Do you even realize how suffocating that was? I feel like I've been tricked into this whole thing. I'm the real victim here, and you're just making it worse.
You're really just going to keep acting like you've been wronged, aren't you? You've been playing the victim for so long, but I'm done with it. You keep pretending like everything is everyone else's fault, but the truth is, this whole mess was caused by your own actions. It's pathetic to watch, really. You know what? Looking back, spending 30 years with you was the biggest mistake I've ever made. It really was.
Damn it! What the hell did you do to me? Now because of you, I've lost everything. I can't even keep my job at the company anymore. I've been completely ruined, all because of the things you said. You were just supposed to be a maid. How'd you even manage to do something like that?
Oh, Chris, it looks like the situation was handled properly, and I'm glad to see that action was taken. It's a relief to know that everything's been dealt with.
You've ruined my life. Now people at the company are saying that I'm a sexist, that I'm some kind of misogynistic monster, all because of what you told them. You have any idea how bad this is for me? I can't even walk into the office without being judged. You've turned my life into a complete nightmare.
Well, isn't that the truth? I made sure to let your company executives know exactly what was going on, so I'm not surprised.
What do you mean by that? How'd you even do something like this? Why couldn't you just have stayed out of it?
Well, you see, I happen to be a major shareholder in the company.
What? Major shareholder? What are you talking about?
Oh, didn't Rhonda explain that I'm wealthy? I even arrived in a limousine to pick you up, but you never seemed to understand what was really going on.
Wait, was all of that true?
Yes, it's absolutely true. I understand it's hard for you to believe that someone wealthy would work as a maid, but let me explain. I was originally an investor and made my living through stocks. I had a family, husband, children, but I lost them all in an accident. It was a devastating time in my life.
Why would someone like you be doing something like this? Why would you ever choose to work as a maid when you could live off your wealth?
Well, my family died in a car accident and I was left all alone. The house felt so empty and depressing that I couldn't stay in it any longer. I didn't know what to do with myself. I needed to do something, anything, to get myself out of this depression. I randomly found a housekeeping service online and thought, why not? Maybe I could help someone else while also keeping myself busy. That's when I met Rhonda.
You met Rhonda?
Yes, Rhonda had just lost her mother, and her father was always busy and hardly ever home. She was left all alone, crying over the death of her mother. I saw myself in her. I couldn't stand seeing her like that, so I made it my mission to make sure she didn't have to feel that loneliness. I've treated Rhonda like my own daughter. She means that much to me. So when you hurt her, it's unforgivable. What you did was completely unacceptable.
But why? Why would you go so far for someone else's kid?
Rhonda had been struggling in her marriage for a long time. Her husband wasn't pulling his weight around the house, and he seemed to have little respect for the household duties. She was trying so hard to make things work, to keep her family together. But even when things became unbearable, she didn't want to choose divorce. She loved him, and she wanted to stay married to him. She was willing to make things work, even when it was hard. But in the end, things fell apart, and she had no choice.
You're talking like she's innocent in all of this. But I was the one who had to deal for nonsense, too.
Did you even understand what you were getting into when you got married? Did you go into it with any kind of serious commitment? You were strangers before you got married. There's no way everything could go perfectly. Marriage is about compromise, understanding, and working things out together. But you never tried to meet her halfway. You expected her to change while you stayed exactly the same. That's the problem.
But why the hell did you report me to the company? Why make it public? It was a private issue between a husband and wife.
Because someone who thinks they are the only victim and tries to destroy others for their own benefit will cause harm to the company. People like that are usually already disliked in the workplace long before they're called out. And you've been pushed to the edge, haven't you? That's why you're stuck in the corner of the office, getting gossiped about. Everyone believed my report, and that's the proof.
Damn it! Why is this happening to me? I haven't done anything wrong. Why is everyone blaming me? Rhonda, please stop being upset and come back home. I know we've had our misunderstandings, and things have been tough lately. But this doesn't have to be the end. I feel so lonely now. I just can't bring myself to believe that it's truly over. After 20 years of us building something together, is it really that fragile? Can everything we worked for just fall apart over something so small? Was it really that easy to break? Was everything that we had just an illusion? Please, Rhonda, just listen to me. Talk to me. This can't be the end of everything we built, everything we shared. Been through so much together. How can we just throw it all away? You know, when we first met, everything felt so perfect. It was like we could conquer anything together. There was so much promise in our future, in our dreams, that we had a lifetime ahead of us. But now, it's like I don't even recognize you anymore. You've changed in ways I can't understand, and you don't know how painful it's been for me. I've made mistakes. I'm not perfect, but I'm truly sorry for them. I can't lose you. Please, Rhonda, don't let it end like this. I can't bear the thought of living the rest of my life with this kind of regret. Please come back.
It's interesting, though, isn't it? The way you've started sending these messages. You've always been so careful with your words, so measured in how you communicate. But now, just like anyone who's been backed into a corner, you've turned into someone else. You're trying to play the Romeo now, using words to fix things, just like all the other men who try to salvage relationships when it's already too late.
No, this isn't about trying to play games. I'm truly sorry, Rhonda. I regret everything. My feelings are real. I'm not using this as a way to manipulate the situation.
You're trying to make me believe that, but I see through it. I see exactly what you're doing. You've been mocked by your family, you've been rejected by your coworkers, and now you're looking for someone, anyone, to understand you. You come crawling back, hoping I'll be the one to save you from the mess you've made. But it's too late for that. You can't just expect me to be the person you run to when things go wrong. You've pushed me to the edge. No one will accept you the way you want them to, not anymore. Everyone can see the truth of what's been happening between us. No one cares about you like they did before.
That's not true. You can't say that. You know what we've been through. 30 years, Rhonda. 30 years of building a life together. You can't just throw that away.
For 30 years, I've been the one carrying the burden. Forget that. It hasn't been a one-sided effort. Marriage isn't something that should be treated lightly or discarded. I stayed year after year because I was committed. I gave everything I had to this relationship. But now, I can't keep going. I've reached my breaking point. This can't continue. You pushed us here, Chris. You made the choice, and now you need to take full responsibility for what's happened.
Responsibility? What do you mean by that?
I'm filing for alimony, and I'm filing for emotional abuse.
What? Alimony? Why would you do that now? After everything we've been through?
You're the one who decided to end our marriage. You're the one who kicked me out of our home. And you think I'm just supposed to walk away from everything? I've been keeping track of everything. Everything you've said. Everything you've done. I honestly didn't want it to come to this, but I've been writing it all down. Every emotional manipulation, every insult, every argument. It's all there, right alongside the good memories we shared. You can't just erase that. You can't make me forget it.
No way. You can't be serious. You're not really doing this. Are you really going to turn your back on me like this? After all these years, after everything we've been through?
Feel sorry for you? You honestly think I should feel sorry for you? After everything you've done?
Yes, that's exactly what I thought you'd say.
But the truth is, no one feels sorry for you, Chris. Your family is ashamed of you. Your coworkers are talking about you behind your back. No one is standing by you, not like they used to. Everyone can see through it.
That's not true. You don't know that.
Yes, it is true. It's obvious to everyone but you that this is your fault. The emotional abuse, the manipulation, the way you've treated me, it all came from you. You need to wake up and face the truth. No one feels sorry for you. Not a single person. And the only one who refuses to see that, the only one still in denial, is you. Lacey, I don't know how to thank you. You even covered the lawyer's fees. When everything settles, I'll make sure to pay you back.
It's nothing really. If rich people don't spend their money, the economy won't grow, will it? But more than that, I care deeply about you. I wanted to help you move forward without any lingering resentment.
Thank you so much. Honestly, I've never had anyone like you to rely on. My relationship with my dad is complicated, and my mom isn't around anymore. I've always been on my own in a way.
Well, I can't replace your mother, but I'm so glad I could be someone close to you, someone who cared for you like family.
Actually, there's something I've been meaning to ask. Would you consider living with me?
With you?
Yes, I've been thinking about it a lot. I want to repay you for everything you've done for me. I know you're not my mother, but to me, you're more important than that. When I was a child, I didn't have to face loneliness because of you. Now, I don't want you to be alone. I know I won't be able to match your income, but...
Rhonda, thank you. That means so much to me, to think we could live together again. What a wonderful proposal. I had always thought that I would just spend my old age quietly by myself, but now it seems like there's so much more to look forward to.
Wait, don't say old age. I still want to spend so much more time with you. I don't want to think of it like that.
Rhonda, are you sure about this? I don't want you to feel like you're doing this out of pity for me. I want you to know that whatever you decide, it's because you want it, not because you feel obligated.
No, it's not pity, Lacey. It's about love. I love you, and I want you to feel the same way I do. I don't want you to feel alone or abandoned. You've been there for me when I needed it, and now I want to return the favor. I want to be there for you too.
But what if it's hard for you? What if it gets difficult and you start to regret your decision? I don't want to be the cause of your unhappiness.
I'm sure of this, Lacey. I know we'll face challenges, but we've faced hard times before, right? And we've always made it through. I believe in us, and I believe we can make this work. Let's give it a try.
Are you certain?
Yes, I am. I want to do this. I want us to be together, and I want you to feel loved and appreciated. I want to help you. We're family now, and family doesn't leave each other behind.
Rhonda, I can't tell you how much this means to me. I've been so alone, so isolated in recent years, but now with you, I feel like I finally have a chance to make things right. I'm not sure what the future holds, but I know that with you by my side, I'm not afraid of it anymore.
You won't be alone, I promise. We'll face whatever comes together. Chris found himself buried in debt, a direct result of the alimony payments he was required to make following our divorce. The weight of these financial obligations was not something he had anticipated when the divorce was finalized, and it became an overwhelming burden that he struggled to bear. This wasn't surprising, though, considering that his income had always been modest at best. There was never much room for savings in his life, and the little he had accumulated over the years was hardly enough to sustain him, let alone cover the financial demands of the divorce settlement. During our marriage, I had always been the one to handle the finances. I took care of everything, from paying the bills on time to managing household expenses. Chris, on the other hand, never really engaged in the financial side of things. He was content to leave all those decisions up to me, trusting that I knew what was best for both of us. Looking back, I can see now that this wasn't the healthiest way to approach things, especially in a marriage where shared responsibilities should have been the norm. However, at the time, I believed it was simply how things worked, and it became our routine. The problem, though, was that Chris never truly learned how to manage money on his own. He wasn't involved in the planning or the budgeting, and when things went south, there was no foundation in place for him to fall back on. The aftermath of our divorce was a harsh reality check for Chris. The alimony payments he was required to make were far more than his income could cover. With no savings to speak of and no experience managing his finances, he turned to credit to make ends meet. But using credit only provided temporary relief, and it didn't take long for him to realize that his situation was spiraling out of control. Chris had always lived paycheck to paycheck, but now, with this added burden, he was sinking deeper into debt. The stress of keeping up with the payments took its toll on him, and he found himself trapped in a cycle of financial insecurity. As his debt grew, so did his anxiety, and it wasn't just about the money anymore. It was the constant worry of what would happen if he couldn't keep up with the payments. Would creditors come after him? Would he lose everything? Looking at Chris's situation, it was clear that he had never truly understood the importance of financial planning. He was the type of person who lived in the moment, always focused on his immediate desires rather than thinking about the future. This mentality works for a while, but eventually, life throws curveballs, and without a financial cushion or any foresight, things can quickly unravel. Chris's spending habits had always been reckless, driven by impulse rather than thoughtful consideration. He wasn't someone who set aside money for a rainy day, and his lack of financial literacy only worsened the situation. When we were together, I had been the one to manage everything, but after the divorce, he was left to figure it out on his own. And unfortunately, he didn't have the tools or knowledge to do so. As I reflect on everything that led to this point, I can't help but think that Chris's isolation was, in many ways, self-inflicted. His failure to invest in relationships outside of our marriage was something that came back to haunt him. While I had always been someone who valued close friendships and family bonds, Chris didn't put much effort into cultivating meaningful connections with others. His friendships were shallow, and his relationships with his family were strained at best. He never made time for anyone other than himself, and that lack of effort left him alone when things started to fall apart. His isolation mirrored his financial struggles. Both were the result of his inability to think beyond his own immediate needs. And now, as he faces the consequences of his actions, he finds himself with no one to turn to for support. The loneliness he now experiences is a direct reflection of the choices he made throughout his life, and it's hard not to see that he brought it upon himself. As for me, I was determined not to let Chris's problems define my life anymore. I had spent enough time feeling weighed down by the past, and I wasn't going to let his financial mess continue to impact me. I wanted to move forward, to create a life that was more fulfilling and centered on my own happiness. It was time to embrace a new chapter. That's when I made the decision to move in with Maggie. We had been friends for a while, and our relationship had grown into something deeper. Living together was a natural next step, and I couldn't have been more excited about the change. It was a fresh start, a way to leave the past behind and build something new. Living with Maggie has been a transformative experience. The dynamic is completely different from what I had with Chris. For years, I had carried the weight of all the responsibilities in our household. I was the one who made sure bills were paid on time, that our home was kept in order, and that everything ran smoothly. Chris, for the most part, wasn't involved in any of that. He was content to let me handle everything while he focused on his own interests. It was a lonely existence for me. I often felt overwhelmed by the amount of work that needed to be done, and there was little appreciation for all the effort I put into keeping things together. But living with Maggie has changed all of that. We share the responsibilities now, and it feels like a partnership in the truest sense of the word. We cook together, clean together, and take on the challenges of daily life as a team. The difference between my time with Chris and my life with Maggie is stark. With Chris, I always felt like I was doing everything on my own. There was no sense of equality in our relationship, no shared burden. But with Maggie, it's a completely different experience. She's an active participant in our household, and it's such a relief to have someone who understands and values the importance of partnership. We support each other emotionally and practically, and there's a sense of camaraderie that I never experienced with Chris. It's a beautiful thing to have someone who is equally invested in the well-being of the household and our relationship. In many ways, my life with Maggie has been a healing experience. I no longer feel like I'm carrying everything on my shoulders. Instead, we share the load, and the burden is so much lighter. It's not just about the physical tasks, it's the emotional support that makes all the difference. We talk about our dreams, our hopes, and our frustrations. We laugh together, and we offer each other reassurance during tough times. I never realized how much I needed that kind of emotional connection until I experienced it with Maggie. It's the kind of support I had been longing for, but never had with Chris. While I am happier than I've ever been, I can't help but wonder what the future holds for Chris. His financial struggles are just one part of the problem. There's a much deeper issue at play. For years, Chris lived a life focused on his own desires and needs, with little regard for the people around him. He's left to face the consequences of that self-centeredness, and it's unclear whether he has the capacity to change. He has spent so many years living with a narrow view of the world, and it's hard to imagine him making the necessary shifts to truly change his life. His isolation, both financially and personally, is a result of his own choices. While I feel sympathy for his current predicament, it's difficult to overlook the fact that he brought this upon himself. I've learned a lot throughout this journey, particularly about my own worth. I've come to realize that I deserve a partner who shares the load with me, someone who values the things that truly matter. I've learned that it's okay to let go of people who no longer contribute positively to your life. I've learned that happiness doesn't come from financial stability or material wealth. It comes from the relationships we build and the love we share with those who truly care about us. Living with Maggie has shown me that happiness is possible, even after experiencing pain and disappointment. It's a reminder that life's greatest rewards come from the connections we make with others and the love we give and receive. For the first time in a long time, I feel truly content. And while Chris may continue to struggle with his own choices, I have found a new sense of peace, independence, and belonging. I no longer feel burdened by responsibilities that I once carried alone. Instead, I feel supported, loved, and at ease with the path I'm walking. This new chapter in my life has been more transformative than I ever expected. Living with Maggie has opened my eyes to the many layers of happiness I had long overlooked. It's about the little moments of connection, shared laughter, quiet conversations, and the reassurance that we are in this together. I no longer feel weighed down by the expectations that once consumed me. I am free to be who I truly am, and that freedom has given me the strength to look forward to the future with hope and excitement.